Hi everyone, Donut here. Today we're going to talk about the stormtroopers of San Francisco, but first we're going to go over an update on Canine Puskus out of Santa Ana. Puskus was, of course, the dog from the video the other day that broke the sound barrier and then bit the shit out of that guy.
Patrick. It's a business complex, business area. He's got the dog coming at him.
If you haven't seen that video yet, go ahead and check it out right here. It's got some really good bork bork nom noms. In that video, we talked about how the poor little bork lost all of its teeth. At least that's what reports said at the time, but now they're saying that he lost only 6 of his smaller teeth and he didn't lose any canines. Since it said he lost nearly all of his teeth, I thought that it might have been an underlying issue, but it turns out he just smacked his poor little face on the pavement when he tackled the shit out of that guy. Puskus is going to have to eat soft food for a few weeks, but he will make a full recovery and he will return to the streets.
Puskus finally coming home. Very happy, very excited. Thanks to Dr. Gold, who took care of him and did a very good job with him, and the whole staff was very, very awesome.
His department awarded him with a little Purple Heart tag to commend his valor. Next up is body camera footage from several officers showing a shooting out of San Francisco where 65 shots were fired and no one was hit. I hope that that meme is received playfully by you fine San Francisco officers. First off, no one was killed, no one was even injured, except the RV. That RV is dead as fuck. That RV got smoked. I can see the headlines now. Poor unarmed RV gunned down by San Francisco police. Why did they have to shoot it so many times? The whole incident started on February 16th when 31-year-old Joel Armstrong shot 2 people, killing one of them. He then escaped the scene by stealing an Amazon delivery driver's truck and ended up holing up in an RV. Police found the RV on February 17th the next day, and they set up a perimeter around it to try and get Mr. Armstrong out of it. Reports say there were about a dozen officers surrounding the RV. In the body camera footage, you can see several officers with shields and ARs approaching the RV on the passenger side when Armstrong opens up from the inside and fires 2 shots. 6 or 7 of the officers outside fan out and open fire on the RV.
Let's make an approach, dude. Just a puppy. You want to make an approach? What do you want to do?
Like I said, a total of 65 shots were fired on scene, which if there's a dozen officers on scene and 6 or 7 of them opened up, it's really just each officer firing maybe 5 to 10 rounds. If you look carefully, one of the officers John Wicks it and throws himself down on his side, but then the point officer trips over him. A negotiator arrived on scene and Armstrong gave up after a 2-hour standoff without any more shots being fired. He has been charged with murder, 8 counts of attempted murder, carjacking, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, discharge of a firearm, and receiving stolen property. So he's going away for a pretty long time. I consulted with my team of super ultra mega awesome operators, and by that I mean Lieutenant Foster. And we came up with some things that they probably could have done different. Not that I'm saying that they did anything wrong. It was kind of a spur of the moment thing, and getting shot at sucks, and it was like an oh shit, and they fired back. You know, we weren't there, you weren't there, but I want to see what you find people think about it. Can you point out any safety mistakes in the video? Can you point out anything they might be able to do different? One of my biggest concerns was that they were all pressed up against the wall as they were approaching the target. That's kind of a no-no in tactical situations like that. Bullets can do really weird things like travel down walls, and if you're near a wall, it's easier to get hit by a ricochet. So please just let me know what you think about that in the comments below. Looks like we got a new 40 Mike video coming out of California where a man believed to be intoxicated led police on a slow speed chase before stopping outside of a naval base, stripping all his clothes off and barricading himself inside of his vehicle. He stepped outside of his vehicle a few times to yell at police and throw trash at them, but it looks like a flashbang pole through the back window did the trick. As soon as the flashbang goes off, he jumps out of the car, stands up, and presents police with a nice big target. One of the officers gives him a thump from the 40 mic, and you can see the exact moment he realizes, holy shit, that little rubber bullet hurt like hell. Oh, but the fight was not over yet. Officers rushed him. He still didn't want to go into handcuffs, and so he got drive stunned a little bit.
Hit with a left lethal round and is down on his left side, outside the driver's side rear door.
Subject coming down, driver's side rear door.
Next up, we have a video out of Scotland where a dumbass robber didn't even realize the person whose house he was breaking into was filming him from a second-story window. As the frightened homeowner watches from above, Scotland police ninja up on the guy and whack the shit out of his leg with an asp baton.
Get down! Get down! You money, how you got me? Put your hand on your butt! Put your on your butt! Give me the phone!
He gives up pretty quick, gets taken to the ground, and gets a nice face full of the glass he just broke out of that door. Next up, we have 18-year-old Eric Knox out of Parma, Michigan, who thought it would be a good idea to take a loaded revolver into his school and tell teachers that he was going to shoot them. Eric left the school, police were called, and they called up to him walking down the road a few minutes later.
Am I under arrest?
You are not, but you are not free to leave.
Why is that if I'm not under arrest?
We gotta make sure you're detained is what it's called. You're not free to leave. We're still questioning you
Okay.
on the call that we got.
Okay.
When the deputy gets here, he'll explain why, okay?
Another deputy?
Yep.
Eric did not understand why the police were stopping them or why he was being detained. It also turns out that Eric had a warrant for his arrest. Eric rides the lightning, there's a little struggle, and somehow they let him get up and run off.
Yeah, we're waiting on somebody else. Turn around, put your head behind your back for a
Do
second.
I have a warrant?
Yes, you do. Turn around, put your hands behind. You're gonna get tased.
Why you got
You got a warrant. Put your hands behind your back.
What do I have a warrant for?
You're gonna get tased. Ah! Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands
behind your back!
Hands behind your back.
Hands behind your back!
Hey, man, just stop now. Just stop now. Don't wait so bad yourself. Come on, you're rough. On your stomach. Put your hands behind your back. They are good. Stomach one in time.
They chase him for a few minutes where other officers have already caught up with him at a gas station, and he rides the lightning again. That time was pretty successful. They're able to get him in handcuffs where he pisses himself and tells the officers that they need to do more cardio.
Ah, the thing is in my back. I think I pissed myself. Hurt.
That's why you don't run.
Why y'all tase me twice? I think I might have pissed a little bit.
That's what that stuff does, man.
Y'all tase me what, 2-3 times?
Hang on.
Y'all need to do some more running exercises.
No kidding, that's what I'm saying. I'm too old to be doing this crap. Ready?
Yep.
1, 2, 3. Search him again. I've had it down out there.
Hell yeah, I pissed.
Eric was charged with 1 felony count each of unlawfully carrying a concealed weapon, carrying a dangerous weapon with unlawful intent, and 3 felony counts of resisting or obstructing police. Last story of the day I want to go over involves a Florida teacher, a very attractive Florida teacher who was caught having sex with a 14-year-old boy. 26-year-old Stephanie Peterson, who is married, was charged with lewd battery and transmission of harmful materials to a minor after she gave him some of the marijuanas, slept with him, and then sent him dirty pictures over Snapchat. It seems like it's just a really common thing these days for a really hot teacher to sleep with teenagers. Do you think it's like a control thing, or I don't know? What do you think? Why do you think they do it? Let me know in the comments below. The sexy teacher who is probably now going to be a registered sex offender is my last story of the day. In my past videos, I've told everyone, if you're feeling down, if you're in that dark place, to please shoot me an email. I would like for you to keep doing that, but it's getting to the point where I'm getting a lot of emails. I just want to remind everyone that I have a Discord server with a fantastic community on there, and you can come talk to them at any time. I just wanted to go ahead and thank everyone who's been tuning into my Twitch stream at the gunsmithing shop I've been working out of. It's been some fun day streams.
If I wanted to fire this on full semi-automatic,
come on down to Concept Arms Firearms Specialists in Anderson, South Carolina for all your fully semi-automatic needs.
You can link your Amazon Prime account to a Twitch account and sub to me for free, by the way. I bet you didn't know that. I never mentioned that. Everyone, it's Thursday. The weekend is almost here, and I want you all to have a fantastic day.